5 things that I never thought I would do in my entire life, but I actually did them. And who knows, maybe you'll do them as well. The first one is living in another country. So I know you've probably heard of a city called Dubai, Abu Dhabi. And to make a long story short, I was made an offer from a company over here to come work. I had never thought about living out of country ever in my entire life. Now, back in my military days, I've been around the planet. I've been in many, many countries, but I've never, as a civilian, thought about living outside of the United States. And next thing I know, I'm in Dubai living, and it's a blessing. It's a beautiful country, no crime. Everything's good. There is no snow here. I'll say, well, they can make it snow in Dubai, but there is no snow per se. It's always really hot, which I don't mind. Even in the winter, it's hot. So as a matter of fact, when I first got here, it was right around Christmas, and I totally forgot Christmas was coming up because it's so hot here. And I was walking around the mall and I saw Santa Claus, and I thought, that's right, it's Christmas almost. So I almost forgot. So yeah, living across seas, living overseas, living out of country. Second thing I never thought I would ever do is be a published author. I never in my life thought I would write a book. And I've actually written a few books. Unlocking the Truth, Turning Bad Habits into Success. I mean, I've written a few books and they're on Amazon. They're good books. I've got a lot of reviews on them too. I mean, I was sitting around one day, and this was a few years back, and I was really bored. It was in the winter. It was snowing a lot. So I remember being in the house a lot, especially on the weekends, because there's not really a lot to do unless you want to go drive in the snow. Next thing I know, I thought, you know what? I'm going to write a book. I enjoyed it immensely. I mean, it was really neat to just sit there and put my thoughts on paper. It was a little bit confusing because I had never wrote a book. So like how the chapters should go. And then out of each chapter, you have sub chapters and things like that. I didn't really know how to do that part. I kind of figured it out myself as I went along. And, I went back and I would edit this and I would rewrite that and I would move it around. I'd move this paragraph down here or this chapter after this chapter. Next thing I know, I was finished with my first book, Unlocking the Truth. And, then I wrote another one, and then I wrote another one, and it's a blessing. They say that I think around 81% of people think about writing a book, but they never do it. But if you ever get the thought, just do it. Just start writing one morning. Get up, get down, go down, whatever. Go to your desk and just start writing. See what you come up with. I mean, it could be a book just on your own life, your own biography about you, whatever. Just write a book. See what happens. I mean, you'll probably enjoy it as much as I did. The third thing that I never thought I would do, which, I mean, when I was a lot younger, this channel or this format wasn't around, this platform wasn't around, but started a YouTube channel. Actually, the only reason I started my YouTube channel, back in the day, a few years back, was because I wrote my books. And I thought, well, I'll promote my books on my YouTube channel. And to be honest with you, I had no clue what I was doing on YouTube at all. I mean, if you go into my YouTube channel, if you go to the very bottom, look at my first video, it's not even me, it's my book. And I had somebody off Fiverr.com put it into a format where it was just more of a monologue. It was somebody talking, it's faceless, but it's about my book. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. And then about 4 years ago, I thought, you know what? I'm going to start recording myself and, making videos, on how people can do better in life, or maybe how they can become more fit, how they can invest their money, things like that. So, and then I just started working and I started figuring YouTube out little by little after that. So if you've thought about starting a YouTube channel and you're sitting here watching this, I implore you to at least give it a shot. And don't even worry about your first few videos. Just start filming. Push the record button and film. I mean, next thing you know, who knows? You might be the next Mr. Beast. The next one is gymnastics. So I never thought I would really get into gymnastics. I mean, when we were growing up, my main time was the 80s, let's say. I'm a 70s guy. I was born, but my main thing was the 80s. I enjoyed the 80s the most. And that's when breakdancing was out. So, we'd sit around, we'd have our cardboard, we'd break dance and, popping, locking, whatever you want to call it. And, it was really cool. I mean, we enjoyed it. We had a boom box and we'd sit there and we would just break dance. Some of the guys in the neighborhood, some of the better ones, we would just sit and watch them and just be like, wow, these guys are awesome. But now that I'm older, I'm not breakdancing, but I got into gymnastics. So the reason why I brought up breaking is because there's a lot of gymnastic movements, if you will, in it. But here recently, so when I got into CrossFit, all right, I started getting into more gymnastics because it's part of CrossFit. It's what it is. Gymnastics, weightlifting, and monostructural, which is cardio. So, handstand walking, I had to learn how to do that. Handstand push-ups. I had to learn how to do muscle ups on the bar. When you see the gymnasts doing the pirouette bars going around them. So I had to learn how to do muscle ups and things like that. So I've gotten pretty good with gymnastics, I can say, and it's actually helped me with my fitness overall. So, but that's something that I never really thought I would get into, especially at the age I'm at right now. I'm not a spring chicken, but I can still do it. The last one I never thought I would do. I had thought about it. I've probably dreamt about it, but I've thought more about it is becoming a franchise owner. So here recently, a couple years back, I got with some partners of mine and we got together and we started up a corporation and, we are opening up coffee shops. So, I mean, statistically speaking, pretty much everybody likes coffee. When I was growing up, the only people that drank coffee that I knew of was my grandparents, my mom or dad or somebody. But nowadays, fast forwarded and pretty much everybody's drinking coffee. Kids drink it, teenagers, everybody does. So that's why I chose the coffee franchise business. And, we're opening up 6 of them. Yeah, it feels good, and I'm not saying this to be toot my horn or anything, but I mean, I've worked my way to get to where I'm at and I've taken a lot of plunges, if you will, and a lot of, calculated risks to get where I'm at. And I'm finally here, as they say. So becoming a franchise owner is something else. I mean, it's something that you own it. It's yours and it's profitable and it's employing people. It's actually providing a value to the marketplace. And, I'm really happy. So anyways, those are the things that I never thought I would ever do in my life. Maybe you will, who knows, give it a shot. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the like button and share if you will. And I will see you guys on the next video.